I was in the dentist's office, and she was working on my teeth. And she said, could you just move your tongue over somewhere else to the other side? and she finishes. And when it was all done, I said, that is so weird, because I was 100% sure my tongue was over on the other side. And she said, I've been a dentist a long time, and what I've learned is the tongue is a very curious muscle. It almost has a little mind of its own. It's like master of its domain, and it came over to see what was going on, because I was in there poking around in its domain, and it is king of its domain. And so she said, we have to go, put your tongue back over there again, and then it's okay. And I started thinking about that, and that really was an epiphany for me, because I started thinking, why? How could my tongue have autonomy? Why wasn't I in control of that? It's my tongue. And I started thinking about what the tongue does. It eats, it moves food around, it tastes, it senses, it checks for sores.
It is the most versatile muscle in the body.
It's 8 or 10 muscles all together inside a sac, and they work together in concert without your knowledge at all.
Or permission.
Or permission to control the environment and take care of you, which includes speaking, right? So nothing we do when we speak, our first language, is monitored by our brain. Our tongue, by the time we're 5 or 6 and we've mastered all the sounds of our language, our tongue takes over and articulates away as one of the many jobs that it does. It's multitasking away, chewing food and talking and doing all these things that we have no awareness of, at all.
It's programmed, and one's got to reprogram the order in which you use those muscles. That's what
I do. That's what I do with my students.
It's not about, so they can listen and listen and listen, but until they know what that sound feels like, they're never going to get it.
Exactly. And I get a lot of criticism from colleagues who say I teach some old-fashioned way of pronunciation. I teach segmentals. I teach vowels and consonants. And I say, no, actually what I'm teaching is awareness.
Yeah.
And first I show them English vowels and how it feels and what it looks like on a chart, and we draw it and we get representative words. And then I ask them, so how do you make yours in your language?
Absolutely.
And they struggle for 5 or 10 minutes to figure out what is going on in my mouth when I make a Japanese ka or i or o, or Spanish u, or whatever. How am I doing that? Because nobody knows how you make your first language sounds. Nobody knows. Nobody needs to know that.
Exactly.